life and good energy, so they've had a good start. And on the flip side of the coin, you've got Liverpool, who are sitting second bottom without a win. So two very different teams for today's game.
And we are off and underway, and Spurs will take things round the back to get us going. Two new managers for these sides, Martin Ho in Spurs, who has done an excellent job at the start of the season. Only two new signings for him, though. Maybe he'll have a busier January.
Yeah, I think he'll be hoping to. I mean, but what a start, though. I did mention at the start of the season that, you know, they hadn't made many signings. Toga Kogo being the biggest signing, the centre-back from Feyenoord, a Japanese player who's done fantastically well. But I think they've just started the season really well there. Defensively, really strong, like you mentioned, a very good centre-back pairing in Koga and Hunt. But they've been able to score some goals as well further down the pitch.
Yes, their leading goal scorer this year, Tinker Tamberg, is on the bench for them today. Bethany England gets the nod to lead the line, who's got one goal this season. She does captain the side today, and Liverpool pick up back possession with Enderby. And Naz just grabbing her arm there. That will be a free kick.
Yeah, I think needless from Naz there. You can see here just a give and go by Liverpool, and Kapos, nice touch out of her feet, and Naz just pulls her back with her left arm. I think the referee gave her a yellow card as well, and she's saying why, but you know, it's an obvious yellow card and needless for me. It's such early on in the game.
Just Naz still looking to score her first goal this season. Scored 3 last year. She does pick up a yellow card early on in this game. Here's Holt into the 6-yard box. Olivia Holt, another Spurs player who has shone this season.
Yeah, I think she's had a fantastic start to the season. She likes to dictate play from that midfield area. You can see her here nice and high in the picture as well. She makes those forward late runs into the box and has scored a couple of goals again in that League Cup. And I think she's got a screamer against City in that loss earlier in the season as well. So a very good, influential player for Spurs.
It is worth a mention today that both teams will be wearing black armbands to remember the Liverpool kit man, Jonathan Humble, who lost his life recently. As it's all the way back with Lisa Kopp in goal, signed from Leicester City. The visitors today, Liverpool, have had a difficult start to the season. They are goalless, not bottom of the table. West Ham are at the bottom on goal difference, but they haven't picked up a single point yet, Liverpool, as it's played out from the back. And Nagano keeping possession and winning that foul from Olivia Holt.
Really good, high, aggressive press from Tottenham Hotspur, particularly Olivia Holt there on Nagano. Referee deems it a foul. Shows her intent from the offset for Tottenham.
These two teams just feeling each other out in these opening stages as a ball is eventually worked out to find Holtz in midfield. Options to her left and right. Chooses Naz on the right-hand side. Got some room to manoeuvre now as she dances into the box. Manages to keep it in. It doesn't stay in and will play for a goal kick.
Good work from Holt in that midfield area. Just driving centrally with the ball. Plays the ball out to Jess Naz, and for me, I thought she was going to whip it in first time, get an early delivery into the box, but decided to go 1v1.
There's the Tottenham manager, new Tottenham manager Martin Ho. He's had a really good start to the season with his new side. Only brought in 2 new signings, but he did have a whole pre-season with the club when confidence was low last year under Robert Villaham, as it's plucked out and Spence tries to regain possession. Spence coming back into the starting lineup today. Having a bit of an injured time recently, Drew Spence, but she's back today. It's back with Evans. And all the way back to Kirby in goal, playing out from the back. Fisk into Nagano. Grace Fisk, the new captain for Liverpool this season under Gareth Taylor, as a through ball has worked through for Liverpool to make something of. It's out for a corner kick, and the first corner kick of the game.
Well worked from Liverpool. It's Capox who just picks it up in that central area, plays a lovely ball on the back shoulder of Nilden for Spurs. Kerry Holland just tried to get across him, but deflected out for a corner.
So a first set piece for Liverpool to make something of. They've struggled this year to create many opportunities. They have hit the woodwork 3 times. Only Brighton have done so more. But it's played short, and a bit of a wasted opportunity for Liverpool as Tottenham look to break. Vinberg. Gano cuts that out, and Capox regains. Here is Holland. And Fisk. Spurs managed to keep that in well. Holtz out to Naz. And now Naz has some room to manoeuvre on this right-hand side. Rybrink. Spence. Koga to Rybrink, and Rybrink not getting that right pass off to find Naz there.
Really good play by Liverpool, really nice organisation, pressing in units together, just reducing those spaces for Tottenham Hotspur to play through. Eventually they force it out, win the throw in Liverpool.
Back with Fisk. Capox. What is it that Liverpool have struggled with, do you think, so far this season? What do they need to do maybe to find something in this game?
Yeah, I think it's an obvious answer, and it's the lack of goals that they've struggled to score. Liverpool, they've got better as the season's gone on. I think there was a spirited display against Manchester City last out in the league where they lost, I think it was 2-1 just in that late stages, and did get an equaliser. Gemma Bonner did score at the end of that game, but it was ruled out for offside. So I think they are growing, but yeah, you need that goal scorer, and they've been, really pitted with injuries, having their Roman Hogg, Hobinger. They have struggled slightly, so I think once they get 1 goal, then hopefully that confidence will rise for them.
Yeah, it's worth mentioning a note on Liverpool's bench here. They've named a short bench, and there's 2 goalkeepers on it, and there's a real lack of depth for them. Spurs on the other side, they've got a handful of players to come on and change the game, including Tinka Tamberg.
Yeah, and what a player to come off the bench as well. You top goal scorer at the moment. I mean, obviously rotation, you've got a quality player in Beth England there leading the line for Spurs, but Tinka Tamberg, what a start to the season she has. Yeah, I watched her against Everton, and she scored that fantastic lob from 30-40 yards out. Really good vision, and she's a really exciting young player to have in the WSL.
Played out from the back poorly by Liverpool. Bit of a scare for them.
And that's another thing. Obviously, we know Gareth Taylor with his time at Manchester City, possession-played football, likes to play out from the back, can overplay at times. Has he got the players to do that at Liverpool yet?
Well, he's a new signing for Liverpool, a new coach, Gareth Taylor. He inherited a team. I'm sure he'll be busy in the January transfer window that is coming up. They'll need to recruit. And there he is in the stands today. Gareth Taylor, former Manchester City, of course. Former player himself too, as Liverpool are on the attack here. And it is a goal. Did the offside flag stay down? And Liverpool are ahead. It's Olsen who's come into the starting 11 today, taps it in, almost on the line. And it's come from nothing, really. Vita Olsen, that's her first goal for the club. And it's Tottenham 0, Liverpool 1.
Like I say, it came from nowhere. Just his left-hand side. It was Fisk who drove with the ball forward. Centre-half likes to have those marauding runs. You just see her on the replay. She pulls it back. And a little bit of a melee. But yeah, Olsen looked like she was stood outside offside. But is it Rybrink just playing her on slightly on this left-hand side for Tottenham Hotspur? She definitely looked offside. But I don't know if Rybrink, when the ball was played back into Olsen, if Rybrink was playing her on.
Well, it's play on, and Liverpool are a goal ahead here. Olsen with that goal. First goal for the club on the line. And now they look to use this momentum. Plucked out by Tottenham defence there.
And that's exactly what this Liverpool side needed. You know, it looked offside, but the goal stands, but they'll take any goal as they come Liverpool.
Ball played out, and here is Olsen again, looking for a second of the game. Good save by Kopp. Diving down low. And manages to keep Spurs in this. Lisa Kopp, but warning signs for Tottenham here. Olsen again, and it's poorly worked out by Spurs. And a brilliant strike from Olsen.
Yeah, like you say, fantastic save, but Olsen finds herself in acres of space. There's no one near. She has time to turn, take a touch, and then get a powerful shot off a Kopp in goal, who makes a really good save.
Tottenham looking to counter. They will want something in this game. They've had a good start, but will feel like they do deserve something from their momentum so far. And Spence giving away that foul on Olsen there.
Spence, she's an experienced player, physical player in that central midfield area, just letting Olsen know that she's there. Just see the replay here. We can understand why she's a little bit aggrieved. She massively wins the ball, but it's the follow-through that just catches Olsen.
No card for that challenge, rightly so. Fisk playing out for Liverpool. And a ball that finds Lisa Kopp inside the D. Tottenham sit fourth in the WSL table at the minute, 12 points, 2 behind Manchester United. Had an excellent start. Liverpool, if they keep the score like this, would be their first points of the season. Only West Ham are behind them on goal difference. Plucked out by Spurs, and immediately Liverpool regain. Here is Capox. Olsen trying to make that run through. And it's just slightly overpassed there.
Wrong decision for me for Capox there. She had lots of grass in front of her to run into. I think it was 3v2 in Spurs' favour there, so she would have done better. Just keep hold of the ball, create an opportunity.
A lot of these teams playing out from the back in recent times. It does make me slightly nervous. And Spurs tried to work it down. Evans doing well to block Naz there from reaching the ball.
I agree, as a centre-half, centre-back in my time. I think you know, there's definitely a time when you've just got to miss that press out and go long, and we're starting to see it again, aren't we, this season, where it's now a tactic. Not everyone's playing out from the back, but it's definitely Gareth Taylor's style to play that progressive football from the back.
England swung in, and Nilden can't get the right strike off. Still alive for Spurs though, inside the box. Wanting to find Holt, it's plucked out by Nagano and cleared upfield. What do you make of the new long throw-in tactics that we're being seen, treated to in multiple leagues in football?
Yeah, I think it's another set piece, and it definitely should be utilised. It's not as easy as it looks as well. It's quite a hard skill to master, to get that trajectory right. But if you get it right, and the power that it generates from a throw, it can be utilised in a really, really effective way.
Here comes Spurs then, and Matilda Vinberg lays off to Holt. Spence wins that back. Here's Suominen, Holt out to Vinberg. Inside the box, keeps it in, cuts it back and wins a corner kick. Spurs' first corner. And it looks like Lily Woodham has been slightly injured in that cutback by Vinberg.
Hopefully it's nothing too serious, because she's just come back from an injury, Woodham. One of the few signings this season for Liverpool. Very good left back. You can just see 1v1. Oh, just takes it in the face, doesn't she? Yeah, yeah, really good chance. Vinberg just trying to cut it back. And Woodham's really brave, takes one in the face, just making sure she's not concussed.
Making sure she can breathe properly. Ball to the face, she says. That hurt.
Yeah, I don't think she'll appreciate the camera being so close in her face and that.
No, right by our camera in goal. Brilliant position. So Tottenham with their first corner kick of this game. A set piece for them as they make their way to their designated positions inside the box. Bethany England there walking around, captaining today. As we wait for the referee, Sophie Dennington, to blow her whistle. Lily Woodham still receiving some treatment there on the byline. So Suominen will take this corner kick. As Lily Woodham just walks round there, we'll have to wait to go back on the pitch. Played along the grounds. Here is Holt. Holt still with some room, tries to cut it back, and it's tapped in by Koga. And it's an equaliser for Tottenham. And it's a set-piece goal. Take nothing away from Holt there, though. Gets to the byline, taps it back across the face of goal. And there is Toka Koga. Just a simple tap-in, and Tottenham have their equaliser. Tottenham 1, Liverpool 1.
Fantastic play by Holt. I thought she'd lost her opportunity. I thought she'd held onto the ball too long. But like you say, she was able to take it to the byline. But it's that delivery, the height she gets on the delivery to miss out Kirby in goal. He'll be slightly disappointed she couldn't get a fingertip to it. But yeah, Koga's not going to score an easier goal than that. Gets a tap in. A really good play from Holt.
That's her first goal for the club. New signing, Toka Koga from Feyenoord. Played every minute this season. Gets her first goal as a defender.
I think Gareth Taylor and Liverpool, particularly the defensive unit, will be disappointed. They pride themselves on set pieces and You know, they've got a really good organisation at the back, so they'll be disappointed that that has come from a second phase in that set piece.
Woodham does well to clear that. All the way back to Kopp. Plucked out by Enderby. Nagano keeps it alive for the red shirts, and the goal scorer, Koga, plays back to Kopp. As a defender, how do you feel scoring a goal?
Well, it didn't happen very often. So when I did score, obviously, I was euphoric. But my job is to stop the goals. And I think, you know, we used to celebrate as our defensive unit every time we stopped a goal from going in. That was our celebration. But yeah, I think Koga could have celebrated a little bit more, if you're asking me.
Tottenham on the attack again then. Here is Holtz, nice flicked diagonal ball out to find Matilda Vinberg. Back to Nilden. And Hunt. Spence. Here's Suminen. Spence. England's out to Vinberg. Hunt across the halfway line to find Koga. And now here is Rybrink playing it out along the back line. Spurs trying to keep possession. Naz wins that back. Good footwork from the young England international. Here is Holt again, crossing it in, picked up by Jess Naz. Rybrink. And Holt again. Gets to the byline and she won't manage to keep that ball in.
Really, you can see Olivia Holt starting to pull the strings now and dictate play for Tottenham Hotspur. She looks dangerous every time she gets the ball. She picks up in those central areas, but just comes out wide, slightly wide to that right-hand side, linking up really well with Jess Naz.
So another corner kick for Spurs then. They scored on the first one. They'll be looking to do the same on this one. It's a different delivery at the far post this time, headed out by Nagano, and Spence will chase. Spence with the delivery this time, looking for Koga again. She wants a second.
Yeah, she's now had a little taste for that goal-scoring opportunity, goal-scoring, and she wants another one. But yeah, really good play. You can see the confidence now in Spurs since that equaliser.
Here is Liverpool, though, on the counter-attack. Enderby. Cleared by Koga, only as far as Woodham. Last time these two teams faced each other, they did share the points too. Up in Liverpool. It was a 2-2 draw back in April this year.
I think you'd have to mention as well what Martin Ho has done in such a short space of time for this Tottenham Hotspur side. They finished 11th last season under Robert Wilhelm. And like I say, it's only the 7th game for Tottenham Hotspur. They find themselves, they've won 4 games out of those 6 already played. So the Spurs side now seem to have an identity. They look to attack and be on the front foot, aggressive play. Defensively very solid as well.
Nagano. Woodham. And back with Evans. Grace Fisk called up to the England squad in the previous international window in place of Katie Reid, who picked up an injury. Koga and Kopp. Spence. Lovely pass, but the offside flag goes up for the run of Jess Naz. You can see what she's trying to do.
Yeah, good play. You can see that Jess Naz just trying to pull on the back shoulder there of Lily Woodham. Just didn't keep her line. Just edged forward a little bit too much, but acres of space because Liverpool are playing that high line.
Playing out from the back again. Liverpool, Spurs pressing. Trying to make the most of this. And Rybrink giving away that foul there. Here's Kopp. He's only had to make 11 saves all season, thanks to that excellent defence that Spurs have this season. Former Leicester City player too. Attracted the attention from Manchester United when Spurs were trying to sign her last year too. Wimberg to Hunt. Spence. And Koga. Holt. Flicked on to Wimberg with some quick feet inside the centre circle. Spence picks it up out to Naz on this right-hand side. It's past her marker, wants to go for the shot, blocked in the end by Woodham. Should have another go here. This time she finds the pass off to Wimberg and is blocked by a red shirt.
Good defensive play from Liverpool. Nagano just watched the ball every step of the way, able to just marshal that. But Jess Naz is really keeping her width well on this right-hand side, allowing that that space and trying to exploit the left-hand side for Liverpool.
Spent time in Arsenal's academy, Jess Naz, but she has been with Tottenham for a long time. Played 135 games for them, scoring in 18. Here is Spence. Spence with some room to manoeuvre, and it's an easy save in the end for Kirby.
And we've seen Drew Spence score goals from those positions. Really good, quick play from Tottenham in that central area. You can see as soon as Drew Spence receives that ball, you know she's going to try and get a shot off. Head down, trying to get the ball out of her feet. Probably didn't get the execution she wanted.
But it's on target, and it is an opportunity and a chance for Spurs as they look to build on this momentum, having found the equaliser a few moments ago. Here is Fisk. Blocked by Simonen. England can chase onto it, who's been a little bit quiet in this game. Bethany England. Spence wanting to find the run. And is put out of play by Lily Woodham.
Lily Woodham is having to do a lot of work in that left-back position. It's obviously an area that Liverpool have highlighted they can exploit. I think she's doing a good job so far.
Spent last season on loan at Crystal Palace. Lily Woodham. Rybrink. Back to Koga. Here is Holt. Nice flick on. Gets past her marker. Here it's Spence, and it's just over the bar.
Really good play. Again, Olivia Holt. Anything good that Tottenham are doing, it's involving her. Nice ball in from Koga, isn't it? And lovely touch on the outside of her boot. Just turns inside Evans. And again, Drew Spence, she pulls it back to Drew Spence. Olivia Holt does, lovely layoff. See here, just looking at that touch again. Lovely skill from Olivia Holt. Drew Spence, you can see she's just leaning back. Wanted to put her foot through it, but kind of hit it with the side of her foot, and it just goes over the bar. But really good move from Tottenham Hotspur.
The pressure is building for Spurs at home. Olivia Holt, definitely a player to spotlight this year, signed in January from Rosengard. Scored 2 goals in their last game at Spurs before the international break against Birmingham City in the League Cup.
The difference for me, this Tottenham Hotspur side from last season to this season, there's just lots of positive forward play, and last season that you could see there was a lack of confidence in that squad, very much playing sideways or backwards, and at every opportunity they're looking to get forward, Tottenham.
Do lose possession here though, and now here is Liverpool again, and Olsen puts it wide.
She's looked dangerous, Olsen. I know she hasn't had an opportunity for a while, but just see here, that ball in. Lovely layoff from Capox. Toga Koga does enough, doesn't she, just to put Olsen off. Just gets her body in between her and the keeper, Kopp. Olsen just hits it wide, the goal.
Well, Kirby, the Liverpool goalkeeper, just receiving some treatment there. Faye Kirby signed a new contract with Liverpool in the summer, having recovered from an ACL injury. And the two teams will have a moment to reflect. Gareth Taylor there in the middle. What will these two managers be saying to their teams, do you think, half an hour in?
I think Gareth Taylor will be saying to his side that they've looked good going forward. They're soaking up some pressure at the moment, so they do need to move the ball quicker, have better possession of the ball. At the moment, I think Tottenham Hotspur are winning that midfield battle, putting the high press on, and Martin Holby will be saying more of the same. Get the ball out wide right to Jess Naz, Olivia Holt. They've looked really dangerous, but let's try and make the keeper work as well. They've had a couple of opportunities on goal, but not made Kirby work, so he'll be saying more of the same from his side.
Kirby making her way back up. She looks to be okay. Had a little bit of work to do in this first half an hour in. Featured in 3 of Liverpool's games this season. The 21-year-old young goalkeeper for Liverpool. And Gareth Taylor and his staff just analysing what they need to do to find that breakthrough again and lead in this game. And Tottenham and Claire Hunt will get us back underway. Up to Nilden. And England. Nagano, Fisk, and then back to Kirby. Evans. Here's Enderby, nice flick on. And I think that was a handball from Mia Enderby there. Spurs will have the opportunity to play it from the back. Holt. Nagano. Evans. Holland. Into Olsen, back out to Nagano. And here is Fisk, captain for Liverpool in that back line. Here's Woodham. Enderby. Fisk. Trying to find a long ball up. And just the wrong decision there from Lily Woodham.
Yeah, it's disappointing there because it really well worked from Liverpool to work that ball out of their defensive area. And that lovely switch of play from Fisk is the press from Jess Naz, isn't it? And Lily Woodham tries to take the ball early because of that press and can't wrap her left foot around it. Goes out for a goal kick.
Playing out from the back again, and they're punished, Spurs, but do manage to save themselves.
And this is what we see this, you know, most weeks now. The goalkeepers are asked to play out from the back, and you can see the sun glaring into Kopp's eyes as well, so that would play a factor in it as well. Good press from Liverpool though.
And they will win a corner kick from it. A chance for a set piece. Second corner kick of the game for the Reds. Woodham will take this. Woodham sends it in, flicked on. Bit of a mess in the box. Spence clears it as far as Enderby. Enderby decides not to send it back in. And Holland, nice switch of play from Spurs. Here is Nagano, some room now. Nagano chooses the wrong ball in, and Spence clears once again.
Yeah, really good defensive units from Spurs. You can see them quickly get back into their ranks, making it hard for Liverpool to play through them. But just going back to that corner, it was a well-worked corner. It was a near-post run. I think it was Olsen tried to get on the end of it. But again, Spurs stood strong.
Well, Spurs' goal scorer, Toka Koga, is down here. And will receive some treatment. She's signalling maybe an elbow.
Yeah.
An elbow to her stomach, maybe.
I think you're right. I don't speak Japanese, but that elbow, she did the gesticulated, and I think it's awful because it's, you know, it's that wind in and you can't get your breath. So old school, I would have her on her knees, hands on her head, getting all that air back into her lungs. You know, it worked back in the day, it'll work now.
Well, she's been superb, a new signing for Tottenham, and she's really thrived at Spurs in that centre-back role with Claire Hunt. No centre-back partnership has earned more clean sheets this season than those two. And of course, scoring her first goal for the club today too. And this is that goal. Good work from Holtz, and there she is on the line. Toka Koga. Easy for the Japanese international. Worked it back, and that is probably the easiest goal she probably will ever score.
And that's what you want as a centre-back. But just looking at that replay again, something I didn't pick up, was it a slight deflection? Just as that pullback from Holt which then made it more difficult for Kirby. I'd probably give Kirby a bit of a hard time for not reaching that, but that deflection maybe just took it away from her slightly.
Capox, poor touch, out for Spurs then. Vinberg losing possession. Holt in midfield wins it back. And dragged down there by Sam Kerr.
And doesn't need to do it, Sam Kerr, there. You know, Holt has won the ball back, gone past her, but there's two Liverpool midfielders directly behind her there. So, again, a needless foul for me.
Evans, back to Kirby. And Hunt does enough there to watch the ball roll out of play.
Just gone a little bit scrappy, hasn't it? Both teams not keeping possession as well as they both did at the start of this game.
Spurs playing out from the back again. Here is Hunt, decides to play it forward into Summanen. Summanen does well, works away around that red wave. Rybrink and Naz, nice touch. And tugged back there by Holland. And wins a free kick.
She's looked lively when she's been on the ball, Naz. I think probably could do with getting on the ball a little bit more, Jess Naz.
Well, we can have a look at some of the stats in this game, and it's fairly level, really, as you'd expect. The scoreline 1-1. Tottenham just edging the more shots, but 2 each, 2 on target. And one of them for each team has gone in the back of the net. And this is a good chance for Tottenham if Nilden can keep this in, and just rolls out.
Yeah, good run from Nilden on that left-hand side. Made up a lot of ground, but just too much on that from Holt.
Here is Hunt. Hunt's going to go for a shot, and it's well out. And you wonder whether maybe she had better options than that.
I think she did. I think she obviously has seen Koga get her goal and thinks, I want a bit of that. But yeah, definitely better options on.
She has scored 2 goals for Tottenham, so she does know that feeling for this club. Played every minute of the WSL this season, Claire Hunt, alongside Koga. And Holt wins that throw-in a dangerous position for Spurs. Naz. Into Summanen. Here is Koga. And her centre-back partnership, Hunt. So a few minutes before half-time. Level here at the Bet-Right Stadium. Do you think these two teams, Lindsay, will be happy with the scoreline? A fair result at half-time?
From what we've seen so far, I think it's a fair result. You know, 1-1, we've just seen the stats, very even. And I think Tottenham have had probably the more clearer chances out of the two. Looked more dangerous, but at the same time, you know, Liverpool have looked well in that first half of the duel. So, yeah, fair result going in at half-time if it stays as is.
Gareth Taylor, Liverpool manager, directing his team around, wanting to find that breakthrough before the half-time whistle blows. Evans just sticks a boot out, manages to win it back for the Reds. Fisk with the header. And Spence. Olsen, back to Fisk, out to Nagano. Holland. Back in the starting 11 today. Kerry Holland. Kerr. And Evans. Here's Woodham. So 5 minutes of added time in this first half.
I think what you would say, though, it's a fair result if it does stay as it is, but you would worry for Liverpool in that second half, making changes. They don't really have the attacking options that Tottenham have. Tottenham have the likes of Martha Thomas, Tamberg, Artanen, all come on, creative players, all can score goals, but you look at that bench for Liverpool and don't have the same options.
Here is Enderby. Enderby's going to strike, and it's Lisa Kopp with two-handed save.
It's the first time we've seen Enderby really open up and try and get that shot off. Good, really good movement to pull into that space there. In the replay, we can just see, tries to wrap her foot around it. You can see what she's trying to do, go far corner, but it's an easy one for Kopp in the end.
Kroger just tucked down there by Woodham. Enderby hasn't scored this season yet. Scored 5 last year. And she's featured in every game this season, whether it be starting or coming on as a substitute. But as you were saying, Lindsay, I do wonder whether in the second half, with the substitutes to be made for Spurs, I wonder whether keeping up that intensity, that will win them this game. Here's Vinberg, Spence and Simonen. Koga. Naz wins that battle with Woodham. Naz sends a nice cross in, cleared by Nagano, out for a corner kick just before the half-time whistle.
Yeah, really good play, nice 1v1 battle. Naz gets the better of Woodham, and that's the ball I was talking about earlier. Nice early whipped-in ball, and Shimizu makes that interception, puts it out for a corner. Really important, but nice ball in from Jess Naz, testing that Liverpool back line.
So 2 minutes remaining in this half. Swung in by Spurs, headed goalwards and cleared. Holt sends it back in, bit of a scruff in the box. Naz with a header too. Hunt gets it back to Rybrink. And there is a player, Evans, Liverpool, holding her face there.
Yeah, Gemma Evans, I didn't quite see. We've just seen here that head collision with Jess Naz, isn't it? So it is a head collision. You know, the Spurs players and I did think, you know, what's happened there, but she's done the right thing. Head injury, has to stop play.
Gemma Evans scored her first goal in 6 years a few games ago in the League Cup against Sunderland, a 5-0 win for Liverpool. But she's been a solid defender for Liverpool, having signed from Manchester United last year.
Talking about celebrations, if you score after 6 years, then that would be some celebration.
How many goals did you score, Lindsay, in your career?
I'll just have to, you know, go back into that memory box in my mind and just get, you know, just I could probably count on my hand. I don't actually know, but it's no more than 10. And,
oh, that's pretty good for a defender.
Yeah, and I think if anybody who's watching who knows me will probably say, yeah, take another 5 off that, probably.
So Spurs will have another opportunity from this injury from Gemma Evans. In a dangerous position, really. I wonder whether they'll just go for the shots. Simonen, they don't. They go out and it's crossed in. Spence with a header and cleared by Kirby. Well, Spence has had a couple of shots now. She looks really lively, fresh back into the starting 11 today. And that's a header on target. And it's forced Kirby into a save and out for another corner. Well, this will be, you'd think, the last action of the game in this first half. Swung in, headed out by Holland. Recycled, and Spurs will swing it in again. Still alive, and Spence with a blocked shot this time. Rybrink taking this throw in. Trying to find the right option here. Finds Holtz on the right-hand side. It's clipped out, another Tottenham throw-in. Well, we have played the 5 minutes of added time. There will be slightly longer added on for that injury to Evans. And played around the back. Hunt, Koga, and that will be it for this first half game. What would you like to see from either side, Lindsay, in the second half?
I think both sides have created opportunities, probably need to be more clinical inside the box. I think Liverpool need to play with those two forwards up front, put a lot more pressure on that Spurs back four. And for Spurs as well, get that ball to Olivia Holt because she's having a fantastic game.
Yeah, fantastic game for the 24-year-old Olivia Holt. Signed just in January, at the end of last season. No substitutes from either team, from either managers at the break. Does that surprise you?
No, I think obviously we both said it was a fair result going in at 1-1 at half-time. You don't need to make those subs yet. I don't think Gareth Taylor has got the options or the creative attacking options that Martin Ho does have on his bench, with the likes of Tanberg, Artanin, Martha Thomas, Kit Graham. You know, some really good attacking forward players. I think more so for Gareth Taylor, he would look to, if he gets another goal, goes ahead, then be more defensive, solid with the subs he's got on his bench.
And you wonder whether it will be a substitute to win this game, with it being fairly level between these two sides as it stands. Nilden back to Hunt and Spence, who was lively towards the end of that first half. Couple of shots, a header on target, one of the last actions of the first half. Holt sends it out to Rybrink and Naz. Rybrink just losing it, and Enderby back to Kirby.
Yeah, I think it was a really good header on goal by Spence and a fantastic save by Kirby in the Liverpool net.
Well, in the other games today, Aston Villa have gone ahead against Everton. Kirsty Hansen with the goal. Everton, another team that have slightly struggled this season. They sit 10th in the table as it stands. Liverpool just behind them at the minute, with 1 point on the boards if this scoreline continues. Their first point of the season.
Everton's only win of the season against Liverpool in that opening game.
Here's a break for Liverpool. And Olsen almost finding Capox there. inside the penalty box. Cleared by Tottenham for now.
Yeah, no nonsense from Saman in there. Wins the ball back. Just wanted to get rid. Move the danger away from the goal.
Nilden picks it up. Nagano. Out to Kerry Holland. Shimazu into Capots, just dispossessed there by Simonen. Does well, and now here is Holtz looking to break for Tottenham. As white shirts flood back. And Vinberg can't get past the new captain for Liverpool, Grace Fisk.
Good defending from Liverpool, doubling up on Vinberg. One in front, one behind.
Rybrink giving away that foul there. Gemma Evans can't really see with the sun in her eyes, but she does send it down the line. Lisa Kopp pressured out the back again from Spurs. Here is Holt into England. Haven't seen much of her. Tottenham striker today. Evans. Kirby. Enderby just losing that, and Naz sending it over the top. Simonen pressuring well. Here is Holtz. The run of Nilden is picked up well, and now Nilden will have an opportunity. Bethany England, and England will tap it in, and Spurs lead in this game for the first time. A superb play from Tottenham Hotspur. Picked out the run from Nilden on the left-hand side, crossed in, cut back to find Bethany England, who slams it into the back of the net. Tottenham 2, Liverpool 1.
Yeah, really good play. It's Holt who plays that ball out wide. Nilden, that first time cut back, perfectly timed run by Beth England. Put it in the back of the net. We've just seen it here. Really good first time ball by Nilden. And Beth England, again, another easy goal for centre forwards to score. Just places it into the back of the net. Fantastic goal for Tottenham.
Well, we were just saying she'd been slightly quiet in this game. Maybe commentator's curse yet again. But she's put them ahead, and that is the most important goal of this game so far.
Yeah, and Beth England won't mind you saying that, Emily. That curse if she gets a goal every time. But a really well-worked team goal, started again by Olivia Holt, who's having a wonderful game so far.
So, Liverpool with some work to do for the first time in this game now. They are behind, having gone 1-0 up, just 11 minutes in. Fisk. Evans. Out wide to Woodham. Naz. Battling with Woodham, and Woodham plays it back.
We mentioned it in the first half. It's a good duel going with Naz and Woodham on that left-hand side for Liverpool. You see Naz there using her defensive qualities as well, tracking back, making Woodham go back and play back to her centre halves.
Capox. Some room for Liverpool maybe on this left-hand side. Woodham to find Holland, and here is Capox. Good play, and Enderby with a strike wide. But it's come almost from nothing from Liverpool. And Enderby just placing that final ball wide.
Yeah, good play. Getting Woodham involved, just plays a ball into that central area. Kerry Holland just plays it off to Capos, and it's this ball here from Capos out to Enderby. She snatches at it, doesn't she, because of the pressure from Koga, which makes her then at the wrong side of the post from her point of view, but good intent from Liverpool.
And they are still well in this game. The Reds looking for an equaliser now in this second half. Back to Fisk. Fisk. Capox spins. Keeps possession. Looks to find the run of Holland, and Nilden gets there first and puts it out for a Liverpool throw.
They're really trying to get Holland into this game as well, and she can stretch the play for Liverpool. Likes to pull on the fullback's back shoulder and make that space bigger for Liverpool to play in.
Holland does well, finds Woodham. Woodham's deflected pass. Here is Capox. Deflected off of Nilden. Spence clears. Drew Spencer, really experienced player. 70 appearances for Tottenham. Won 11 major trophies with her time with Chelsea. Signed for Tottenham in September 22. Hunt. Spence. And Spence and Lily Woodham with some words for each other.
Yeah, Lily Woodham's one brave person, having words with Drew Spence. But yeah, I just think it's a little bit of a coming together. 50-50, but the referee saw it that Woodham was the one that was in the wrong.
Hunt back to Kopp. Olsen is there to put the pressure on. Koga. Finds Holt. Naz chasing on. Woodham will pick that out first though. Ball back pass from Holt. Nagano. Evans. Fisk. Vinberg with some pressure, trying to play it out of their penalty box, struggling to do so as it stands. Spence, and Naz will be offside.
Yeah, Liverpool just struggling to play out, struggling to deal with that high press from Tottenham, and sometimes we talked about in the first half, you've just got to miss that press out, look for where the space is. There's got to be space in behind when Tottenham are so high.
Fisk doing well to play it out, finds Kerry Holland on this right-hand side, skips past Nilden inside the penalty box, gets a cross in, and it does take a deflection on the way from Nilden.
Yeah, good work from Holland there. She knew she really didn't have any options, went 1v1, played for the corner and got it. Some really good attacking plays from set piece. The likes of Gemma Evans, Fisk, Grace Fisk in there as well. Kerry Holland.
Swung in and caught by Lisa Kopp with two hands, who will calm things down and take her time.
She's a commanding presence, Lisa Kopp. But you'd want one of your Liverpool players to come in front of the keeper there, just put it off, try and put it off a little bit. give her such an easy attempt to come in to claim that ball.
Holtz, cleared by Fisk. So a first substitution for Spurs, and it will be a triple substitution. Ashley Neville, Tinka Tamberg and Martha Thomas to come on. Just Naz making her way off. Tinka Tamberg, new signing for Tottenham. She's taken all the headlines. She will replace Bethany England, who's scored that goal to put Tottenham in front for the first time in this game, and Tamberg and Martha Thomas up front will be looking to add to that advantage now.
We talked about this, didn't we, that the players that Martin Ho has on the bench to come on are very creative attacking players, and the likes of Martha Thomas and Tamberg, who is having a fantastic start to this season, are just going to put the pressure on Liverpool a little bit more.
Rybrink also coming off for Ashley Neville, another really experienced Tottenham player, longest serving player at the club, Ashley Neville. She's played 178 games. This is her 179th game in a Spurs shirt. Nilden just with a collision there, holding her left ankle. Yellow cards for Kerry Hollands in that tackle. So a long ball up to find Holtz. That's a Hunt. And Koga. Here is Tamberg, their top scorer, Spurs, this season. And offside for Olivia Holt. So a substitution for Liverpool too. Lily Woodham makes her way off the field, and Jenna Clark will come on. A red through and through. Jenna Clark, a Liverpool fan, signed a new contract in March. The centre-back.
And what that does for Liverpool is they in possession, they kind of play that three at the back, and Lily Woodham was pushing on. Now Gemma Evans is now pushing on, which is really her playing out of position. She's a definite centre-back in my opinion, so playing a little bit higher, see what she can offer up there.
So some fresh legs for either side on the 60-minute mark. Ashley Neville. And Martha Thomas's cross is blocked. So another set piece, another corner kick for Tottenham. Scored the equaliser with one in the first half. So Koga, she's lurking in the 6-yard box. as it's swung in, headed out by Fisk. Enderby clears it, and Holtz with a shot from outside the box. And Kirby, collection with 2 hands.
A really good effort from Holt. Doesn't catch it as well as she'd like. It just falls nicely for her, doesn't it? Here, just drops. Hits with the left foot. Really good technique, but not going to really test Kirby from that distance. But she's got the confidence to have that shot from there on the full volley as well.
Clark wins it back. Here is Tandberg. Gloves on, Tandberg. Normally a good sign.
It's not cold enough for gloves on yet.
Does it not mean that they're a really technical player if they've got gloves on?
Yeah, I didn't wear any gloves.
Tandberg is a Haaland-type striker, according to Spurs fans, as it's sent in and cleared by Fisk inside the box. Nilden puts it back in. Holland, Shimizu. Nagano flicked on, and Holt just a little bit too heavy, that.
So Liverpool need to find something to, if they want to get something from this game, and they need the likes of Capox and Holland to be involved in this game.
Here is Capox, quick feet from her, gets away from Spence. Simonen also pressuring, off-lays to Nagano inside the centre circle. Out to Evans. Here is Enderby and Ashley Neville. Flicks it out. Enderby is down here, clutching her face. Maybe a face palm from Ashley Neville.
Yeah, possibly. We have to see the replay, but you know, it's one of them where she's tried to push it past Neville. Neville's used her body really well. Just seeing the replay here. Yeah, there's nothing in that for me. Neville's used her body well and pushed probably lower down. Enderby's tried to win something. Ref saw through it for my liking.
A handshake from either player. Wimberg gets past Shimizu. Tandberg picks it up. Here is Nilden. Lovely switch of play out to find Martha Thomas on that right-hand side. Lays it back to Simonen. Here is Neville. Toga. Headed away by Fisk. Here's Kerr. And Neville wins that ball. Referee says play on. But the ball from Holt is blocked, and Nagano will play out. Capox with some room now in midfield. Out wide to Kerry Holland. Can't find the run of Olsen.
And that's the issue. You've got a really good break, a really good transition of play from Liverpool. Kerry Holland holding her position out wide. Shimizu, for me, made the wrong run. She ran on the outside of Holland. They needed numbers and bodies in the box. The only player they had was Olsen. And they just weren't on the same page, Kerry Holland and Olsen. And that attack just fizzles out.
Elsewhere in the other games, it's Leicester 1, Arsenal 4. Stina Blackstenius with 2 goals to her name in that game at the King Power. Here it is Tottenham leading Liverpool by 2 goals to 1. Bethany England putting Spurs ahead in this game in the early stages of the second half. Here is Nagano. And back with Clark. Hunt does well to win that ball back. And Neville keeps it alive. Holt finds the run of Martha Thomas, who sends an early cross in and flicks over by Fisk, and that's an important flick on because Tamberg was lurking there.
That's excellent defending by Fisk. These balls are so hard to defend. Just see here, Olsen just lays it up, and like I say, Martha Thomas, first time delivery, low, wicked in ball into the box. Fisk has to make an important interception, make sure that it's not going to deflect into her own goal.
27-year-old captain for Liverpool, she will have to defend this corner that Tottenham will get from that flick on. And they've got some different players in the box now as it's sent in, but caught by Kirby, and an opportunity gone missing for Spurs.
Yeah, disappointing delivery. The Spurs players has all gone back post, obviously something they tried on the training pitch, and it just, the execution in from the corner just wasn't there.
Fisk. Hunt and Neville. Kopp. Neville shields it well. Manages to regain her feet, and now a ball by Spence to find Holt. Holt sends it across. Wimberg keeps it in. Nilden. And a deflected cross for another Tottenham set piece.
Good transitional play from Tottenham Hotspur. Started with Neville in that right back position. Was able to play the ball out from Neville, and then really good play on this right hand side. Spurs looking really dangerous going forward now.
So a corner kick for Spurs, their 7th of this game. Thomas shielding Kirby, the keeper there, as it swung into the back post. Tamberg flicks it on, headed out again by Fisk. Spence keeps it alive. Hunt. Back to Holt, and Summonen can't link up there.
I think that's the first misplaced pass from Holt all game. She's been superb. Just that press from Liverpool made her a little bit unsure.
Who decides what set piece you'll play when you go for a corner? Is it the captain, or
it's the person who takes the set piece? They'll dictate from whatever signal they decide, then you react to it.
Spence out wide to Thomas. Thomas sends it in. Fisk again defending. She's got a handful with Tamberg just lurking on her shoulder there.
Tottenham are getting quite a lot of joy from those, winning the ball back quickly in that transitional play, getting early deliveries or balls into that 18-yard box, really putting the pressure on Liverpool now.
Thomas. Holt. Shipped ball up. Finds Thomas, and Tamberg goes down. It misses the goal, but Fisk with the tackle. Is that inside the box?
I think it's possibly just outside the box, but I think it's an excellently well-timed tackle from Fisk. Really well-timed. She just gets a toe to that ball, and it's probably just on the line as well, Emily. But I think Fisk's, you know, she's saying it all. She's saying, come on, get tighter. It's too easy for Tottenham to play around us at the moment.
Excellent defending from the captain. Gets her toe in first. But as a result, another Tottenham corner kick, delivered by Summonen to the far post, punched out by Kirby, and will go behind for another.
And at this moment, you can see that the Liverpool defenders are really concerned about Tangberg on these set pieces. The ball is directed towards her, and why not? She's such an aerial threat, such a strong player, really physical, real target player in these set pieces.
So the referee, Sophie Dennington, just coming in to calm down the players there, speaking with Tangberg, Kerr in there as well. Here is a corner kick from the other side for Spurs, as it's delivered in low this time. Hunts with a flick on and just over the bar, hits the top of the netting, and it looks like Kirby may have injured her ankle there.
Yeah, we just see here, it's good movement from Hunt, but Kerry Holland stays with her. Tight, good defending by Kerry Holland, just as enough to prevent her from getting that shot on target.
Well, she's still down, Kirby. Colliding with the post maybe, I'm not sure how much really was in that. But nevertheless, it will give the teams a chance to refuel, reassess. And Liverpool have been slightly on the back foot in this second half. Started well, went ahead early through their striker Olsen, but Tottenham have come back, Toga and England with goals.
And I think since that second goal, Tottenham have looked very confident going forward. They're trying to transition. As soon as they win that ball back, they try and counter very quickly, getting early deliveries into the box, in behind, where possible, that Liverpool back line. If it wasn't for Fisk in these last 10 minutes, they'd possibly be another goal down.
So Faye Kirby still down, her left ankle being assessed by the Liverpool medics. They have named two sub goalkeepers on the bench in Liverpool. Rachel Law's one of them. Oh, she is up and she does look okay. Had some work to do in this second half, and there has been a substitution for Liverpool. Sophie Lundgaard, 23-year-old, has come on for them. Only appeared in one game this season. Sam Kerr making her way off for that substitution, who haven't really said much of today.
No, unfortunately for Liverpool, not really being involved in the game. But as we mentioned in that first half, Liverpool have struggled in those central midfield areas. Definitely Samanen and Spence bossed that midfield. Liverpool's best opportunity is to come out wide. I think in this second half, Kerry Holland has had a couple of opportunities. Definitely try and get her on the ball a little bit more.
So a chance for Liverpool here. Capox wins it back on the byline, cuts it in. I think that's gone out for a goal kick. Elsewhere, Brighton have one back at Manchester United. Seke with an added time goal. Looking for the equaliser now for them. Both those teams having bright starts to the season. Manchester United in third in the Champions League this year too. These two teams, Tottenham and Liverpool, don't have to worry about the Champions League this year, but they do have the League Cup, which they both won last time out before the international break, and a nice through ball. Here is Thomas, but Fisk gets there first.
Excellent defending again by Fisk. Just reads that really well. Able to cover and come across. Is a nice composed ball back to Kirby in goal.
Spence. Back to Hunt. Clears it long. There is Tamberg. Lindsay, I'll be asking you your Barclays player of the match shortly. Is there anyone for you that has stood out? Maybe a couple of names?
Yeah, I think, you know, there's a couple of names that we could choose. Olivia Holt definitely had a massive impact in this game so far. Still time to go, of course. I think Koga as well at the back for Tottenham has been very good, and for Liverpool, Fisk similarly saved a couple of goal-scoring opportunities for Liverpool, for Tottenham, sorry.
A couple of standout players for either sides. Tottenham have really worked the ball well in this second half, though, and they are ahead because of it. Liverpool looking for a response. Neville with a header down. Enderby out to Holland as the white shirts flood back. Nilden trying to break this. Holland gets the shot away. And Kopp smothers. But Lundgaard, fresh on as a sub, almost with the Liverpool equaliser.
Yeah, good play from Liverpool. We talked about Kerry Holland on this right-hand side. Really good, aggressive play. Able to cut back inside and just whip that ball in with her left foot. Lundgaard lunging for the ball. But Neville, good defending. Able to just get herself in between the shot and intercept that shot on goal. Much better from Liverpool, that. We've not seen that. But I said, having to get Kerry Holland involved, she's looked lively in this second half. She can put pressure on Nilden in that left-back position for Tottenham. Get balls into the box. And what Liverpool have got to do is take risks and get runners into the box. Try and get on the end of any crosses that come in.
Nagano. Nice ball to find Holland. On this right-hand side, off late to Shimizu. It's just plucked out by Hunt. Tamberg. Poor pass back by Tamberg. Liverpool regain. Fisk. And Clark. Nagano. Shimizu. Nilden. Holland doing well to pick that out, but it's straight to the gloves of Kopp. Wimberg. Gano to Fisk. Shimizu. Holland brought down by Nilden there. And she gave her a death glare as she walked past.
Yeah, good touch from Kerry Holland, just using that momentum to go past Nilden. Nilden probably didn't need to take it down. There was a Spurs defender covering her, but here we go, and it's a set piece. Like I say, Liverpool have got the players to be effective and dangerous from these set pieces. The likes of Clark, Evans, Lundgaard, Fisk.
There's plenty of them in there as they line up for a dangerous free kick here, a set piece. A chance for Liverpool to equalise. Delivered by Holland into the far post, and Kopp rises the highest, 2 hands in the sky, collects the ball.
Really commanding from Kopp. You can see she comes here, got eye on the ball the whole time. Clark is a tall figure as well, but Kopp's able to take that and take it confidently as well.
Simonen's just gone down there, maybe a bit of cramp in her right leg. She's taken the captain's armband from Bethany England too. She came back from internationals, we think with a fractured rib, but she's okay to make the starting 11 today. And she will receive some treatment from the Spurs medics. As there is a substitute lined up for Tottenham, and it looks to be Olga Antonen. Evelina Summonen being helped up, and she will make her way off the pitch. Evelina Summonen. And Drew Spence will take the captain's armband, as expected. The 33-year-old, an experienced player in this side. Summonen makes her way off the pitch here, and Olga Antonen will come on. 28-year-old midfielder. She played one of their international games for Finland against Denmark. They lost that by 6-1, but she's back with her domestic side today. Sandberg. Lurkin, here is Enderby. Nilden flicked it on. Hunt can't control that. Liverpool throw-in. 4 minutes of normal time to go. 4 minutes for Liverpool to find an equaliser and find their first points of the season. So another substitution for Liverpool. Kerry Holland looked like she picked up a little bit of an injury, maybe, with that Nilden tackle. And Kirsty McLean, new signing, has featured already in 6 games for Liverpool from Rangers. She makes her way on.
Yeah, that's a shame for Liverpool and Kerry Holland. I really think she was, in this second half, their probably most dangerous player, was really trying to make things happen on that right-hand side.
Thomas. Rucked out by Clark. Here is McLean. Neville wins it back. Holt sent in, cleared by Fisk again. Brilliant defending from the Liverpool captain yet again. Here is Capox. And Neville sends it back to Kopp. Well, 87 minutes in. Lindsay, who is your Barclays player of the match today?
Yeah, I think the player that we're going to give it to today is Tottenham Hotspur's Olivia Holt. I think, you know, she's been just so pivotal in this Tottenham score today. I know it's 2-1, they've still got a few minutes left to play, but she was very much a part of that first goal. She had the chip and the pullback for Koga to get that first shot on first goal for Spurs, and also she was involved in that second goal. She was the one who switched the play for Nilden to pull the ball back for Bethany England. I think she's been very influential and a real good play today for Olivia Holt.
Deserved play, and almost the ball through to Thomas. Tamberg tries to tackle, played out by Fisk. Now here is Nagano. Neville back to Kopp, holding out here Spurs. You can hear the crowd getting behind their team. 1 minute of normal time to go.
And there's time in this game for Liverpool to try and get an equaliser. I know Enderby looks in some pain there.
You get it's a head injury by the looks of it. It's been a bright spark on the wings for Liverpool today. Mia Enderby.
When you look at the players now, and you've still got that extra time to play, another 6 minutes just gone up on the board. And you want somebody in the team now to say, come on, we've got 6 minutes, but there's lots of hands on the hips, lots of looking around. And that's what you need in a team when things aren't going your way, because Liverpool have stayed in the game. It's only 2-1. Yes, Tottenham have had more opportunities, created more chances, but Liverpool have been organised, disciplined, created some opportunities, just not been effective in that 18-yard box. But still, there's time in the game. You want that belief and that confidence. And when you're at the wrong end of the table and things aren't going your way, you struggle to find that sometimes.
Oh, have a look at this injury to Mia Enderby. It's Nilden pressuring, falls down, hits her head on the way.
Yeah, it looks more about the fall, doesn't it, rather than the impact of the collision with Nilden.
She's been an important player for Liverpool, Mia Enderby, this season, featured in every game. And signed a new contract with the club ahead of the new season. Just 20 years old. A young forward with a lot of potential. As we have 6 minutes of added time. And it's still time for Liverpool to find an equaliser. Everton have found an equaliser at Aston Villa. That's finished 3-3 there. Manchester United have beaten Brighton by 3-2, and Arsenal put 4 past Leicester, who did get 1 on the boards. But here, we're still playing added time. Tottenham leading Liverpool by 2-1. Bethany England with what looks to be the winner for Spurs. Her second goal of the season, England. And it's a final team talk for both managers. And Liverpool will have to do some work now to get their first points of the season. Only West Ham below them in that relegation spot on goal difference now. They've yet to win, Liverpool, under Gareth Taylor. New signing from Manchester City, spent nearly a decade at the City group. But for Martin Ho and Tottenham, what a season they are having. What a time Martin Ho is having in England.
I agree, and I think, you know, it's literally the difference between day and night from last season to this season, and the energy, the passion that Martin Ho has brought, and I think he's brought an identity to this Spurs side. If you look at them last season, they were, you know, objective ideas, they were low on confidence, they were struggling to score goals, and they were conceding high numbers of goals. And now he seems to have tightened that defensive area. They're conceding far less goals, and I think if they win today, they'll have won 5 games, and I think last season they only won 5 games in the league last season, so they'll have already matched that on match day 7. But like I say, it's that energy, that passion, and really attacking style of play that Tottenham now play with this season.
Confidence is high in the Spurs camp, thanks to that man there, Martin Ho, replacing Robert Villaham last year, who left in the summer. And we can have a look at some of the goals in this game so far. So Fisk getting down. This is the first goal, and Olsen there to tap in on the line. Liverpool ahead, they had that early momentum, but then Spurs coming back. Olivia Holtz, Barclays player of the match today, for Koga to tap in on the line. An easy goal for the centre-back to level things at Brisbane Road for Tottenham. And then what looks to be the winner for Spurs, delivered by Holt again. Brilliant play from the Danish international. Nilden cut back, and England in some space on the line, taps it home. And Tottenham lead this tie as it stands by 2-1. We will still have a fair few minutes to play with this delay, and an already delayed match after an ambulance wasn't on site to get things kicked off at 12 o'clock. And Martin Ho, this will be his 7th game he's won with Spurs since coming in. Only lost 2. Signed from Brown in the summer. And you wonder what he will do in the January transfer window. That signing from Tamberg looks to be a key one. And Toga with a goal too, a new signing. He brought in the right people.
Yeah, and I think it's important to note that the 2 games that they have lost against Manchester City, heavily defeated, 5-1 against City, but then they had that narrow loss against Chelsea, 1-0 just before the international break as well. So I think he's obviously doing things right. He's got the team playing together. They're cohesive, they're playing with confidence. They've got that attacking mindset as well, but they're robust in defence, and so far so good. They'll be really pleased in that Tottenham camp. I know they've got a few minutes to go before the end of this game, but it does look like they're heading for the 3 points, and he'll be very happy if it stays the same.
It keeps the momentum on the top of the table. Tottenham sitting in 4th if it is this scoreline at full time. 15 points. Manchester United, they won today. They're on 17. And then a real title race as it stands. City on 18 and Chelsea at the top of the tree on 19. But it's lively at the top of the table. That's what we want as neutrals. A title race at the end of the year. And not for Chelsea to run away with it again, to keep the league entertaining.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, won't it? Because we've obviously at the moment in time got 3 of our WSL sides in Champions League football, like Chelsea, Manchester United and Arsenal. So they've got to, they want to play on all fronts, don't they? Champions League, the League Cup, the FA Cup. and you've got to have a big squad to do that. There's question marks. Sometimes Manchester United having a fantastic season so far, but do they have the squad size the likes of Chelsea and Arsenal do? Only time will tell.
Yeah, Manchester United have flipped it on its head from a couple of seasons ago. Calls of Mark Skinner out, and now they're chanting his name. They sit in third. And we're looking like a final substitution for Liverpool. And it will be the Liverpool Academy youngster, 21-year-old Hannah Silcock. Just being shown some tactics by the staff there. She joined Liverpool at the age of 8, Liverpool fan through and through. As she warms up on the sidelines there. We've played 9 minutes. Well, we've gone through 9 minutes of added time for this injury. Spurs players just having a chat. And Tamberg and Antonen having a chat on the pitch. What does this do as a player, this big break in play? Of course, because you want to stay warm. I know we've only got 6 minutes to go, but does it disrupt your flow a little bit?
Yeah, of course it does, and particularly, you know, it's been such a long time, like you say, 9 minutes. Possibly, well, we've played 9 minutes over the allotted 90. But there's a lot of standing around, people probably don't look as focused, you know, it's towards the end of the game, so it's a really awkward time for this break of play. And there's only 1 goal in it, you know, and there's at least, what, 5 or 6 minutes to play when we restart. So there's plenty of time for Liverpool to still be able to grab a goal. So you've got to be focused, you've got to keep warm. So I think that's what my message would be. Liverpool look like they're trying to focus and get back ready for the game. Well, hopefully Mia Enderby, sorry Emily, is okay. That's the player who's down, and hopefully she's going to be okay.
Well, the substitute there, Hannah Silcock, waiting to come on. It's been an awful long time. We're waiting for Mia Enderby to get back up and be okay. As you say, she did look to be in some pain with that challenge from Nilden, falling down, hitting her head on the way. And we hope that she is okay. As the Tottenham fans wait on, waving their flags in support. Yesterday there were 2 games in the WSL. Chelsea at home at Stamford Bridge beat London City Lionesses by 2-0. Sam Kerr netting the second, her second goal since coming back from injury. Of course, scoring at Aston Villa on her debut, back from her ACL. And Manchester City went 1-0 up through Fagino at West Ham. Viviana Miedemar with that assist. As Mia Enderby receives a round of applause. And coming off the pitch, from the Liverpool fans that have travelled down today, and Silcock will get ready to make her way onto the pitch. Just a young 21-year-old centre-back on for Mia Enderby. Well, we've gone through 13 minutes of added time. That's an awful long delay. We do hope that Mia Enderby is okay, though, of course, from that injury. And now the young Liverpool player, the Liverpool fan, will look to get her side back into this, find an equaliser. We've got 6 or so minutes to play. You can see Molly Bartrip warming up on the sidelines for Tottenham there. And Mia Enderby makes her way off. And we do hope that she is okay being stretchered off and what looked like a nasty injury.
Yeah, she looked like she was in a lot of pain, so we wish her well and hopefully she recovers.
So, Silcock on, 6 minutes of added time to play. And Neville will pass straight to Thomas, who will give it back to Kirby to play out from the back for Liverpool. Fisk. Shimizu. Straight to the path of Hunt. He goes back to Kopp in goal. Evans. Neville, short pass, but Koga does get there. Tamberg barging Fisk off, and it's too heavy. Liverpool have a free kick.
Not really seen Tamberg get into a flow since she come on.
Capox trying to get past Ashley Neville. Go out for a throw-in. Neville to Spence, and out for another Tottenham throw.
And after that break, you can see that Tottenham just want to get to the end of this game. Get there with the 3 points, but I think Liverpool have the minutes to try and put the pressure on, get bodies forward, get numbers into the box.
A long throw in, seeing more and more of them now as it's worked in, and Silcock with an opportunity, but Kopp is there, commanding as ever, as she has been this game. Tamberg, full touch, Silcock picks it up, a wave of white shirts smother though. And an opportunity for Liverpool now. Neville can't get it off, and struck over the bar by Capox. Well, we know the danger she has. And what a story that would have been if that had been the equaliser.
And we've seen her twice already this season. That Liverpool have scored 2 goals in the league. She's got them both coming off that right-hand side. That left-hand side and scoring with her right foot. Just leaning back there, underneath the ball, went over the bar.
Kopp sends it long. Silcock heads it up. Wimberg to Holt. And Holt to Spence. Here is Tinker Tamberg. Brushed off, and Fisk sends it down the line to find Olsen, who put them ahead early. Liverpool, she goes down. It's a foul from Hunt, and it will be a yellow card for the Australian international.
I thought it was a little bit harsh. I thought she was lucky to win the free kick. She definitely played for the free kick. Really good work for Olsen. Just comes back inside. Hunt, what Hunt does wrong is she has a hand and does slightly pull Olsen, but Olsen definitely makes the most of that. Wins their team a free kick in a dangerous area.
So McLean stands over this. We've only got a couple of minutes of added time to play, and Liverpool are looking for an equaliser. An opportunity and a set piece for them. The referee blows a whistle. McLean delivers it in. Headed out by Hunt. Fisk chases onto it. Fisk sends it back in. As far as McLean again. Here is Nagano. Fisk heads it on. Lundgaard was lurking there, still alive, and Kopp again comes out. 2 hands. Down she goes. And she will try and waste, I imagine, as much time as possible. Plays it out quick instead.
And I think that game management is important. I think the right thing for Kopp to do there was to keep hold of the ball, just waste some precious seconds as well. Decides to go long.
Thomas keeps it in. Clark into Capox. Backheel pass, but Neville has got the same quality and outplays her. Back to Kopp. Opportunity for Spurs. Holt inside the box, sends it in straight to Kirby. Well, around 30 seconds to go in this tie. For these added minutes after that injury to Mia Enderby, who was stretchered off and out for a goal kick. Or a corner kick.
Good work from Holt. You can see that she's trying to get her breath back. Oh, she's playing up a little bit to the crowd, actually. But she's had a great game. Obviously, we give her player of the match, involved in both the game goals. But been really effective, really dangerous in the game. But then towards the end of the game, winning her team an important set piece, wasting some valuable seconds at the wrong end of the pitch for Liverpool.
Played short. They're going to play this for another corner kick. Liverpool, Spence there as well. It's a throw in. Are we going to see a long throw? We are in the 20th, 22nd minute of added time. Sandberg. No one there. And that is the final act of this game, and Spurs seal it.